We've had a few problems with that traffic, that's for sure. Now, this year, the South Pacific International Song Contest received over 3,000 entries. Australia Post loves the South Pacific Song Contest. From all around the world, songwriters from the USA, Canada, England, Ireland, Spain, Holland, France, Switzerland, Malta, Turkey, New Zealand, Romania, Guyana in South America, Singapore, and of course, all states in Australia took part as well.
Now, the way it happens is the composers from all around the world submit on cassette their original songs. All that's seen is the title of the song, so the judges do not know who the composer is or where they're from. And from the 3,000 entries, 29 songs were finally chosen to contest for the grand final and for your enjoyment this evening.
Now, there was a couple of new categories as well. The judging panel, I should mention the judging panel first, of course. Yes. The judging panel that turned up late, as a few of you did as well. The judging panel have a very difficult task this evening. First of all, I'd like you to welcome General Manager of Festival Music Sydney, Mr. Bruce Powell. He's been for many years directly involved in the promotion of artists such as Richard Harris, Hugo Montenegro, Jose Feliciano, and singer-songwriters such as Phil Collins, Peter Gabriel and the band that they're from, Genesis, Steve Winwood, and also Mark Hunter. Representing the Australian Performing Rights Association from Sydney is Michelle O'Donnell. Michelle will be explaining the mysteries of copyright at tomorrow night's Ultimate Seminar, which is being held right here at the Gold Coast Arts Centre. From Gold 92.5, the program manager, and he also does the afternoon shift. It says here Mr. Rod Bryce, but I often refer to him as Sir. How high would you like me to jump this morning, Bryce? And representing the Gold Coast Tourism Bureau, Linda Cunningham. Linda has been in a successful showbiz career for some years, mainly in England before shifting to the coast, where she worked in films and television with Benny Hill and Frankie Howard. And finally, but certainly not last, a very well-known Australian singer-songwriter whose list of credits are just endless, and we don't have time to go through them all here, but I believe he's just back from Nashville, and that's Mr. Brian Cadd. If you could please welcome the judges. Thank you. Now, this year, two new categories have been added, New Age and Novelty. The New Age category was sponsored by RGO Recording Services and has been previously judged, as entries for this category were mainly instrumental. They did not sort of qualify for tonight's performance.
So we would like to announce the winners of the New Age category and present the prize. In third place was Restless. The composer was Arunja Bartolomeus. He's not here, so he won't mind if I've missaid that. And he was from Victoria. He's not with us this evening. But in second place was The Calling, the composer Raymond Oliver from Queensland. Please welcome Raymond. Quick, walk out, walk out. Well done, Ray. And the winner of the New Age section was Labour of Love, the composer Ron Dean Tomich from California in the United States. Our first category this evening is the Novelty category, and that was for songs of any style, but lyrically they could be humorous, satirical or seasonal, birthdays, Christmas. The Novelty category is sponsored this evening by ACOM Gold Coast.
Now, song number one, I'm an Australian. The composer is Mark Clark from New South Wales. One of the most unusual credits in Mark's resume was winning in a song competition with a march he composed for the Australian Light Horse Association, and then he actually performed it with the Australian Light Horse Band for their centenary celebrations in Parramatta. And for those of you who love the classic Australian story, Mark was also one of the stars in the ABC production of Seven Little Australians. He played the role of Pip. I think he's grown up a little since then, but he is still an Australian. With the most difficult spot in the whole show, I would like you to give him a warm welcome, please. Mark Clark, song number one, I'm an Australian.
Give him a warm welcome.
I wear zinc cream on me nose, I am an Australian. I wear thongs between me toes, I am an Australian. A cobra hat up on me head, I am an Australian. Fresh undies on, just like Mum said, I am an Australian. Everybody! I am an Australian, I am an Australian. G'day mate and how's it go? I am an Australian. When I lose me job, I don't feel bad. I am an Australian, 'cause I live at home with me mum and dad. I am an Australian. I let girls pay when I go on dates. I am an Australian. But you gotta shout when you're with your mates. I am an Australian. Let's hear. I am an Australian. I am an Australian. G'day mate, and how's it go? I am an Australian. Whatever you do, don't work too hard and take it easy, mate. You take black money when you can, and every single break. Hey, take it easy. Stuff the boss. Don't work too hard. I got a horse named Tick, I got a dog named Blue. What? I am an Australian. And me greyhound's got this grouse tattoo. I am an Australian. Me Holden panel van's on Royal. I am an Australian. And me Victor mower's got mag wheels. I am an Australian. I want to hear it. I am an Australian. I am an Australian. G'day mate, how's it going? I am an Australian. No worries pal, she'll be sweet, she'll be apple sun. 'Cause near enough is good enough, so get back on your bum. Hey, take a sickie, it's what they're there for, don't work too hard. I love sport and surf and sun. I am an Australian. And me speedos crawl right up me bum. I am an Australian. I hate politicians and me boss, of course. I am an Australian. But I love kangaroos and tomato sauce. I am an Australian. Let's hear. I am an Australian. What? I am an Australian. G'day mate, how's it going? I am an Australian. One more time. I am an Australian. I am an Australian. G'day mate, how's it going? I am an Australian.
Beauty, mate.
I know Ray Stevens, Mayor of the Gold Coast, is actually practicing for a run that's coming up in July. He doesn't look like that at the moment. I hope he looks a lot slimmer by the time he finishes
Oh, I
his
hope so
training
too.
program.